This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. I'm delighted today to be joined with the man who this whole event is around, the juggernaut Joe Joyce. How are we doing, mate?
Very well, splendid, thank you.
It's a big fight for you, another step towards the world title. How are you feeling going into this one, you know? After a statement win against Joseph Parker, proving a lot of people wrong, you've now got, you got the big momentum going on your back. How are we feeling going into it, would you say?
Feeling just as I usually am, but I know I've got a big test in Zhelei Zhang. He's going to be very dangerous, and it's a very risky opponent, especially I'm holding the WBO interim. Like, I don't need to take this fight, and it's a good fight. It's a great fight, man. Like, how close it was with Filip Hrgovic, who's got quite a similar style. So Zhang's going to be well practiced, and I haven't fought a southpaw since Leroy Thomas, so it's going to be a tough fight. And he hits hard. And I mean, I know I could take a shot, but like, I don't want to be taking shots by Zhang. Thank you. I want to get him out there though in style.
Absolutely. You just mentioned there, you've got the WBO interim heavyweight belt, which that puts you in line for a world title shot. You didn't need to take this fight. Why did you take this fight then? Was it just where you could have waited for the winner of? You could have waited to be called mandatory?
No, well, I like to challenge myself and get in there and give some entertainment value, and also I deliver. So, and I saw the Zhang and Hrgovic fight, and I thought Zhang should have got the victory. I've shared the ring with Hrgovic as well, and it makes sense. Like, it's a very risky fight at this stage, but like, it keeps me sharp and in great fights.
How important would you say it is, when you want to be at the top, that you're taking risks, you're taking risky fights, you're proving yourself to the world level, and you're doing that sort of thing, you're going out there and doing that. Taking them risks is one of the most important things, would you say?
Yeah, and it's exciting, and it's something to get up for. It's a challenge as well, and when you overcome a challenge, it's a more rewarding feeling than knocking someone out really early. And you've done all that training in training camps and stuff, and yeah, it's good to have a really tough fight. And I mean, not all the time, but I mean, at this level, it's a great fight to have.
Talk to me about you just saying there about the sort of feeling of. Talk to me there about the feeling of overcoming big challenges. You think about the fights that you've been in where people could have written you off, and people would be back in Park, could have been back in Park against you, could have been back in Dubai against you. You proved them wrong. You went through them fights. Talk to me about how good that is for you when you're overcoming them challenges and you're proving people wrong as well.
Well, it's like snakes and ladders. Like, they go like, but I'm already at the top of the ladder now, and it's just about I'm in this elite level of like the top 5 heavyweights, so it's about making these big fights now, and while I wait for them to happen, like this, like the Undisputed fell through. Well, I'm in a great fight, so I like to stay relevant and active and challenging myself. I've had to take the express route to the top, and I'm at the top now. So I'm here to stay, and I'm an elite fighter, and there's plenty of good fights out there for me, and I'm enjoying myself and while I'm doing it.
Absolutely. What's it like for you being at the top now? When people mention top 5 heavyweights, your name will always be on there, and if it's not on there, I don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Having that sort of having the long road, going from the Olympics, and then having the pro career, taking these fights. How does it feel now that you're in that conversation and you're so close to that world title shot and potentially becoming a world champion?
Yeah, it's a great feeling now that I'm actually in those photographs with the top, in the top names, and I'm getting mentioned like seriously without being like laughed out the room anymore, like about fighting these guys. So I've took the express route, and if you look at my box rec, it's all green, and all the names there are good names. So I want to keep with that momentum and keep going forward.
Tyson Fury said that he believes you're a much tougher fighter than Alexander Usyk. So a question I wanted to ask you. Out of Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, for your style, what do you think is a tougher fight for you in the pro game?
They're both really tough fights in different ways. Like, Fury's like taller, he can switch hit, and probably, I don't know, arguably more powerful of the two. But I don't know, Usyk's looking like he wants to knock the bar out now. So, and he's very skillful, got good head movement and footwork, like they both have. So at this level, it's really tough, and you know, to be the best, you have to beat the best. And why is the light fucking kick turn up?
Sorry. The batteries are running out. Sorry, mate. You know, moving on, you talked about fighting a southpaw. It's the first time you fought a southpaw since Leroy Thomas. You know, a lot of people always say, you know, they hate fighting southpaws. What do you sort of think? How are you sort of feeling going into this one? Is it a good test for you always, a southpaw?
Yeah, it's a good test for me, and it's tough. Like, southpaws are tough. It's a different fighting style you have to go up against, and there's also different kinds of southpaws as well. But you know, I need to beat Zhang if I want to be fighting Fury or Usyk next.
And just to finish off, fought a couple of weeks ago. Your name's been on Anthony Joshua's lips. He said he wanted to fight you. He said he said he weren't going to fight till December. When you looked at his performance against Jermaine Franklin, and then when he called you out, or he said your name, after his performance against Jermaine Franklin, how do you think he would fare up against you at this moment in career with Anthony Joshua?
Well, he's on the rebuild, and I noticed he didn't say my name straight after the fight, but yeah, I think he's going back to the drawing board and going to continue on in America, and then I'd like to see him fight Dillian Whyte and see who's the better out of the two right now.
Well, Joe, been a pleasure talking to you, mate, and all the best for Saturday, mate. I appreciate you taking the time to speak to me, mate. Thank you. Cheers.